Hello and good morning. Yes, it's that time of day. That's right. It's Wednesday. It's 11 o'clock out here in Spain. It's probably 10 o'clock, I hope, in the UK and wherever else you are in the sunny world or evening world or morning world, wherever you are. It's your time, whatever that is. But good morning to you. This is Cafe Clairvoyance. This is the show where you just need to come in, join in and just relax. You know how it feels when you just relax, you just let go and you just say, oh, it's this show again. You just listen with, of course, with a Cafe Clairvoyance, you need your cup of coffee. A nice cup of coffee and just feel the ambience, feel the warmth, feel the astrology, feel the spirituality, feel all the lovely energy is going to come through this morning and all your readings as well. Thank you to everybody who's written in. Very, very busy morning. I think we've got here and loads of chat, loads of gossip because there's so much going on up there. And why are we sometimes feeling a bit confused? Why are we feeling a bit like, oh, I'm out of sorts, and oh, I've got exciting ideas, and how do I manifest these? And so much more, so much more. And yes, so, okay, but I think first of all, perhaps need a bit of intro music. Well, it's very nice to see you lovely people this morning. I mean, look at you all coming on here. Good morning, Lindsay. Good morning, Deb. Good morning, Susanna. Good morning, Eleni. And good morning, Helen. And yes, hope you guys are well out there, having a lovely, lovely morning. Just tell you what's here. I just sat on my patio out there this morning and with a lovely cup of coffee. And I tell you what, I love this. It's either going to make your day go well or not so well. But I sat out there with a lovely bagel covered in Marmite and peanut butter. Heaven, heaven. You either love this stuff or you hate it. Be interesting to see whether you love or hate. Anyway, good morning to you. Good morning to wherever you are in the sunny world. And let us know where you're from, where you're coming in from here. It's always nice to know. Last night on the show there, we got over to the States. The States came through. And we also had on Sunday, I think we had Anchorage over there in Alaska and a few other places, and also New Zealand. So, all you lovely people over the world, lovely, lovely, lovely to welcome you here. And okay, loads of news going on at the moment, isn't there? Loads of news. As much as there is news out there in the news, there's also news up there, which is the news we're interested in. And there you go. Helen says, yuck, hate it. You don't know what you're missing. The blissful taste of Marmite and peanut butter on a bagel is fantastic. Yes. Anyway, Julie Pierce says she's from the UK, and Susanna says she's from Luton, Bedfordshire. And Liz says peanut butter, yuck, yuck. No, sorry, you don't know what you're missing. You don't know what you're missing. Okay, so whatever things, let's have a little chat through this morning. Whatever you like on your bagels, please let us know. Please let us go through the morning. It'll be a nice little chit chat and get everybody going, won't it? Anyway, and right, I think, yes, also during the show, this is what would you like you guys to do out there. Yes, so if you know any dragons, I've got to be careful with this in case I get politically shot. Anyway, but our three little dragons there just ask you to like, share, and comment on the shows. For example, they get people out there to join in. Be absolutely fabulous. So anyway, so a little hoot to you wherever you are. There you go, that gets you in the right way. And also, if you've just woken up and you switched on your computer and you're just opening your eyes, this is just for you. Yeah, it's time to put the eggs on. You're going to have eggs on. But don't forget peanut butter and Marmite. Fantastic together. Makes you feel so good. Gets you in the right mood for the rest of the day. Anyway, so that's that. Now, oh yes, just to let you know what other stuff's come up here. We're starting to put on courses, online courses such as there's going to be colour therapy, which will be all the information we're coming out today about that, and also this course here, which is about spiritual mediumship. If you would like to do a spiritual mediumship course, then we'd love to hear from you. This is a 6-week development online course. We've used Zoom. If you've never used Zoom before, then we will give you all the information you need about Zooming. Yes, it's very social, very fun, and you get the opportunity to do a course in the comfort of your own home. I mean, you could, like, I'm not going to show you, but here, well, we get dressed up in our top half. On the bottom half, you just wear what you like, because no one can see. Hmm? I mean, you guys back there don't even have to get dressed up. You can still probably in your pajamas. Anyway, too much information. Too much information coming out this morning, so we just need to know. Anyway, so it's going to be a live chat session. It starts on July the 4th. July the 4th, which is a Saturday morning. So if you'd like to jump on that, then there's a limited place available. But if you'd like to come on, then you'll find all the details on Cafe Clairvoyance page and also in the group. And the information will be dropped into the website today. So all that and more. Anyway, right. That's that. Let's come on, you. Off you go. That's it. Bye bye. Good. You dropped off there. And right, I think we just come into 6 minutes past 11, and let's go and have a little chat out there. Let's go and have a little walk down the road to Javier and have a little greeting with the lady who does the stars. Some say that she was born from a star. Some say here that she's been around the universe. Some say here all sorts. But anyway, to me, fantastic lady. Fantastic. This, in fact, I was going to ring the doorbell, just see if she's there. Yes, come in. Guimoar, good morning.
Good morning, Phil. Good morning, everybody. How are you?
I think everybody is very well. And peanut butter is the subject this morning, and Marmite. Did you like peanut? Do you like peanut butter and Marmite?
Actually, I haven't tried the combination and much less on bagels, but I do like Marmite. And I'm not English, which is kind of weird because I know it's an acquired taste.
It is certainly acquired taste. They're certainly distinctive there. But people do say, though, because it's strong in vitamin B12, then the mozzies don't like you.
Ooh, nice.
Yes, that's one side.
I think I'm going to go pop over to Iceland and get some Marmite.
Iceland, that's miles away. Let's run. Oh no, the shop. Sorry.
Yeah, we got one here.
You go. I know. It's funny when we say that, isn't it? It's a bit like England. A bit like England with the football club. They say here they're going to do it because they get beaten in the World Cup so much. People say here, oh right, as a friendly that England are going to play Iceland, and then if they don't win that, then they'll play Tesco's.
Yeah.
Sorry. Anyway, okay, so that's it's so many people on this morning. Lovely to see you all. And those people come from different directions. And if you want to say hello, so that's lovely. Anyway, so how are you?
Sleep. So we're talking about pajamas before, and it's like sort of like. Well, these are pajamas, but they're my leggings instead. I just put the top part in decent, and like the bottom part is like I can't be bothered. I am so sleepy, so my head's just totally out there. It's like, can we just go to sleep?
Is this a Neptune thing playing up here? Is this because of Neptune? Yes. Okay. Yeah. Well, that may well be here. Okay. Oh, dear.
And it's tapping into Mercury, which is the mind.
Yes. Okay.
And it's like, where's my mind?
Where's my mind? It's.
Where's your mind?
It's just be in your heart. Just be in your heart. It ticks away quite beautifully, and you'll be absolutely happy there. Very happy. Good. Anyway, so what's going on up there at the moment? What are we facing? Why are people feeling so out of sorts? 1 minute they're feeling, vroom, I can go for sky's the limit, and other times they're feeling, God, what's wrong? Why am I worried about everything? Why am I anxious? Why do I think everything's about to go wonky woo?
Yep. Yeah. So it's that Neptune, Mars. It's tapping into the sun. It's the sun is in Gemini. It's also connected. What was there? I can't remember. That's very Neptunian. I can't remember what it is I saw before. Yeah. So it's this sleepy, dozy feeling that you just can't do anything. Okay, it's really a big effort. So first of all, I would say don't do anything. Like if you can, just let it go. Just do things when the energies are better. Like for example, in the end of the month that we're getting Mars into Aries, it's going to get stronger. It doesn't mean that you're going to have to wait until the end of the month to I can't even talk to work. But that's just this is the energy that we have right now. So it's like, you can't fight this. This is what there is.
Yes.
What you do is just have clarity on what's going on. So because it's tapped into Gemini, to Sun in Gemini, it's affecting the mind.
Yes.
It's a very Neptunian. It's like the mind is being taken away, no?
Okay. Yeah,
So
yeah.
where is your mind going?
Yes. Okay.
Gemini is all about North Node is in Gemini, Sun is in Gemini, Mercury is in Gemini, Venus is in Gemini, and Gemini is about the mind.
Okay.
But it can be the patriarchal mind that is subdued by, fear mongering, manipulation, all this patriarchal stuff that's coming. It has been and is being very obvious, and it's augmented by that Jupiter, Pluto, and Capricorn. So, like, there's this patriarchal fear mongering, just very strong on the one hand, and
Yeah.
if you are not aligned with yourself, your mind might be just totally kidnapped by that energy, and then you'd go into that fear, and
Yes.
anxiety, and
Yes.
oh my God, what am I going to do? What's going to happen? And that's where you don't want to be. That's the old stuff.
Yeah.
It's just the energies of the moment that are taking you there. So realize that your mind doesn't have to be there. It
Yeah.
can be somewhere else.
Okay.
So where is that somewhere else? Aligned with you. And if you're aligned with you, this can actually be a very cool opening to universal information at all levels. It's a very sensitive combination. So don't be worried about not being able to do stuff. Just be very mindful of yourself and take a rest and take care of yourself and take it easy and eat good stuff. By good stuff, I mean, anything that's like natural and no pesticides and Marmite, which will protect your mind with vitamin
It
B12.
will. Marmite.
Will. And all that peanut butter for sure.
Oh,
Also,
yes. Heaven.
yeah.
Heaven.
So it's medicinal. It's better. That's better than all the pharmaceutical junk that we often take. No.
Yes.
So yeah. So it's like all those things that are old values that we don't like. Don't let yourself fall into there because it'll make you feel really sick. Stay with the positive thinking by, as always, connecting to your heart, taking it easy, taking it very easy. Don't pressure yourself. Don't hurry up. Just really connect with yourself.
I think that's a very, very wise advice there. I think a lot of us are going through that particular time in our lives at the moment thinking, I've got so much to do, but just why can't I do it? Why is it not going the way I want it to? Why is it not responding the way I want it to? Why can I not get things moving? And sometimes I understand it's the Mars Neptune, and Neptune just tends to wash things away. So some of the ways I tend to describe this, it's almost like getting a lovely perfume, spraying it in the air, just go, oh, this smells fantastic. But a few moments later, it's like, where is it? It's gone. It's gone. And so sometimes here we get these great ideas. We want to go and do these inspirations and everything, these inspiring, and then we just can't make it happen. It's like the energy is not there. The things to connect ideas again, working together are not there. And so sometimes we just need to just relax.
Yeah.
Sit back.
And I think a good advice for these days is gratitude. Okay.
Oh, it's lovely. Yes.
Yeah. So I want to, just go deep into gratitude a little bit because, everybody knows what gratitude is, but maybe only at a very mental level. So what is gratitude? Gratitude, which is also very Neptunian, it's about acknowledging that everything is as it should be. So you don't have to change anything about yourself. It's not that. All we have to learn is to start seeing things from consciousness or from a higher self perspective.
Yeah.
It's changing the point of view. It's not changing you. So if we understand this deeply, then we understand that everything that happens, whether it's good or bad, according to our ego's perspective, is perfect as it is.
Yeah.
So if you understand that, then you can actually focus on the positive, like what that situation is bringing to you. And then you can feel grateful for that. And by being grateful, you are not only acknowledging and accepting the situation as it is, but you're actually opening yourself up to universe to receive help, to receive guidance, to receive more light. So then the experience actually flows a lot more. So it's a good time to feel gratitude for what you have and where you are right now, and no expectations. Because if we have expectations, we are not in gratitude, we are not in acceptance, and we're not in the present moment.
No.
And you haven't got a clue of what you can expect in the future, because it's totally different from the present. It doesn't matter what you have right now.
Very, very interesting. And we're talking a lot of people about being in the moment, being in their true selves, because then the energy flows. Yeah, you're right. I think you're really right here. If we get too much expectation and expect this and expect that, it won't work. It won't work. And half the time here, we get far. I think this is what we're coming out of, this old control where we expect things. And a lot of things, I mean, even, okay, crazy analogy, but crazy metaphorical way of putting it, but maybe a little bit like this. You've got to change your car. You've got to change your car, and we get set in our mindset. Okay, I'm going to go and get that particular car, and okay, maybe it's the right one, maybe it's right, maybe it's not. But the only thing is, after 3 or 4 weeks or so, you're bored of it. You're bored of it. Okay, well, not bored of it. You just got used to it. You don't look at it the same way you used to. And yet, if you were just to allow things to come to you, you may end up with something even better here that suits you. And it's interesting when, if you trust this energy, and it is down to, it's a weird thing to say here, you just let go and trust it. The one of the things that actually starts happening is the universe brings stuff to you. I mean, that is a strange one. People have big issues trying to accept that sometimes we've got to reverse, take away this control, and just accept things can come to us by gratitude and by just awakening the self here and allowing the energy to come in out of our heart. One of the ways that sometimes work with people here, especially working with color and color therapy, is don't just breathe in and out of your mouth and go into your lungs. Breathe in and out of your stomach and resonate color through this. Resonate the color that you enjoy, that you want to bring out to the universe, you want to bring into a situation. And just don't expect anything from it, but just be it.
Yeah. But it's really that you can really see this, for example, when you start meeting somebody, when you, I don't know, you're still not going out with that person, or you're starting to go out with that person. So it's like a very insecure moment because you don't know what's going to happen, and like you fancy being with the person, but you're not sure. But or maybe yes, you want to, and then you can see how all the insecurity patterns just start popping up and showing you all the old cellular memories that have to be released to
Yes.
create a more whole or more full, fulfilling relationship. So that's what comes up first. So what do? We start projecting that insecurities on the person, and it's like, oh, he hasn't phoned me, he hasn't answered my WhatsApp or whatever. So, and your fantasy starts going, and you start imagining what would it be like to go out with that person, what would it be like, and at least us women do that a lot. Guys are a bit better in that department, but we start fantasizing about what's going to happen in the future in this. And what happens then is that you totally miss out from the present moment, you totally miss out from actually being in your energy and feeling the other person's energy. So you're not feeling or seeing the other person, you're just projecting yourself onto the other person, and you're closing yourself off to that relationship. So whatever comes out of there, it's going to be based on your fears triggering the other person's fears.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of that, you just observe and feel your anxieties, your issues, your expectations, and always just go back to you and connect to you, and stop. Your mind is only with you, like for example with the colors in the body. Instead of being outside of you, thinking about the other person and what's going to happen and all that, then what will happen is that you will be connected to the best of you, and you will relate to the best of the other person. So the energy that is in you that is healing for the other person is actually going to stimulate the healing of that human being, and vice versa. The other person is going to aid you. But not because anybody has that mental intention. It's because that's how energies work. But because we create expectations, we lose out on that totally. And we miss the best part of the relationships.
I think it's a great explanation there. And I think the other one I think we all get very in our heads with is assumption, assuming. We assume people think this, we assume people think that. And because we assume, because the way relationships have gone in the past, we assume they're going to go the same way in the future. And that's really stuck in your head. And that's a pattern. That's a pattern which a negative pattern we create. And yet, if we just, whoa, okay, I think as you say here, just Neptune, as much as people don't like Neptune, because I think it's just dreamy, it's just far out there. No, there's a big positive side here, the higher vibration of Venus. Living in there to just feel, just be yourself here, just let go and just observe. Be the observer sometimes rather than trying to be the player in this, and just to observe what's going on. It's an art in itself, here. But I think this year brings out these qualities so much. So as much we've got this crazy energy going with Mars, Neptune, the Sun, Venus in Gemini, the Moon's nose in Gemini. Question, which is sometimes challenges us all with all this. I think it also brings out here to say, whoa, this is what we've been doing. We just need to stop this and just be in the moment, and just observe and just allow and just say,
Exactly.
and to start it with gratitude.
Yeah.
And I think is a great way to start the show. Great to start
Yeah.
the show here, and I think it's beautiful, lovely energy. So,
And
guys, if we're sorry, yeah.
yeah.
It's a competition here, isn't it? It's a competition.
So, yeah, and all this Capricorn and Gemini energy, another thing that, for example, imagine if you're starting to meet somebody, no? And then because of your insecurities, because what Gemini does is it chops everything up into little pieces, and then Capricorn puts everybody into a mold. And that's how we've been relating to people. You know, we've just stuck the person we love into a mold, and so that person behaves like that like I want to, because that will make me feel secure instead of me feeling my insecurities. And then everything else doesn't exist. And of course, when everything else comes up, then I go, wait a minute, what is this? You weren't like that before. And that's not true. You just weren't seeing the person as the person is.
Yes.
Because we try like to fit in like 100% compatibility with the people we're infatuated with. You know, it's like, okay, it's like the perfect person. Okay, but he does that. Yeah, but that doesn't mean anything, you know? So you're not seeing the entire person as that person is. You're just chopping that person up into little pieces and fitting them into a tight square. And by doing that, you're limiting also the type of relationship you have with that person.
Mm-hmm.
You also try to fit it into a social mold. And say, for example, okay, people go out together and then they have relationships and then they get married and then they have children, and that's how things are supposed to be. And it's not true. You can have a very intimate relationship with somebody that you're only walking with.
Okay.
And it can be a very soul connected relationship.
Yeah.
But because maybe that relationship doesn't fulfill your expectations, you get frustrated, you close up, and then it doesn't exist, and then you're missing out on what universe is bringing to you.
One of the ways I really like this, one of the ways that I really see this, I really see people, I've actually asked people to go and do this, and it's amazing the awakening I have, is you look at particular relationships going on in your life now. And sometimes we get into this, we're reacting to the way, okay, planetary activity is coming down on us, the energy around us all, we tend to react to that. But also here's one of the biggest things, is to go and look at a photograph of someone that you're been with here, say 5 years ago, and look at that person. And well, then the person is still the same person. They were just who they were as a younger person, but you still don't get lost in the hang on a minute, this isn't working out. No, the energy was still there when you were young. It's probably still there now. You just need to look beyond. I'm not saying physical, but look beyond what's going on and to appreciate that there's an energy from the past and there's an energy now.
Hmm.
Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, loads going on. Loads going on around us here. Great morning. Lovely, lovely chat. I always wonder where we're going to end up chatting about, but every time we have a chat, it seems to be just absolutely wonderful. So this is lovely. Everybody say good morning, and some of us just joined us. It's lovely. No, you're never late. You join at the time. You join at your time, which is your time. This is your time there. That's absolutely fabulous. And just to let you know what's going on next week. Next week, just to bring this in as well. Next Tuesday evening, we have a rock night. Feel the earth move then. Feel the earth shake and shudder. We have a wonderful chap from America called Chris Bullock. He's a fantastic chap, really, really spiritual guy. And he's a songwriter, he's a musician, he's a performer, and but he's also very spiritual in his heart here. And he wants to come onto the show. Very good sense of humour. And it should be a very lively show. And we're going to do readings and music combined. So that's the two going together. And if you think of Metallica, some of the music from Metallica, well, you're not far wrong with some of the music he's played, but it also plays other more lovey-dovey stuff, if I call it that. He probably won't agree with me when I say lovey-dovey stuff. Say, hey man, what are you on about? But he's a really interesting chap. So he's coming up on Tuesday next week, which is going to be 9 o'clock here in Spain and 8 o'clock in the UK. UK here. And Gail says, thanks, Phil. That's okay with gratitude this morning. So much gratitude. You just joined at your time. So just be in your be. Just be with your nice cup of coffee, whether you're in your pajamas, whatever it is you're doing, just be. How's that? Okay, right. This is our little show. So I think just to honour the start of our show here, the start of the show, what we're coming on to next, I think it's about time you start doing some getting out there and chatting to you people. Hello and welcome back again. Okay, now we're just about to start here. Right, okay, we've got Bex as our first person like to join us this morning, and we're also just let you know, guys, we're live on YouTube. We're also live on Facebook, and what else we got here now? We have got Bex. She's born on 15th. Sorry, not going to say the date of birth. It's a 314. She's a 314 in numerology. And she's got lots of big changes. Will things be okay? Moving home, career, etc. A lot of things going on around her, and she just wants to know where things are going. Where's life going? Where's it changing to? What's going to be happening in life here? She particularly wanted an astrology reading this morning, but also now I've got a numerology, I could really work on this as well. And there's the 3 number in you. The 3 number in you is just like boom, out there. It's sometimes very, I wouldn't say erratic, but I think it's an energy which is very strong. Strong here, wants to communicate with people, wants to chat, and work in this area here. Sometimes I get the feeling here as well, look at this, we're taking on too much knowledge, too much information. We're too, I wouldn't say scattered, I think we're quite wide in our energies there where we're going. And then we got the one part of the energy here, and the one part, very interesting. This is also saying here about being strong, but being in your own self. So this is interesting. We've got 2 polarities here. One polarity is like I've got to be out there, and the other one here says, but what about me? And sometimes we're getting out of sync here. So I would say that here. The card here, which we're looking at here, first of all for you, is the Emperor. Emperor, this lovely big power card here. And this is an energy around us here, which I say with this is a needing to have this control, this power there, and to feel stronger, but be in your own power. And it's interesting with the climate at the moment when we look at gratitude. When we look at gratitude at the moment, where you could actually enhance on this, Bex, and find that your life is going in a stronger direction. So that's going to be interesting. But lots of changes. Will things be okay? We'll come back to that in a minute. Do another part of tarot here. But first of all, let's go scratch your ear.
Yeah. I mean, totally what you said about Bex. She's got Moon in Capricorn with Neptune, and then the South Node is in Scorpio, and the Lilith, Venus, and Mars is in Aries. So that's like a bit of a tug of war and Sun, Mercury is in Aquarius. So as you said, she's used to being very like South Node in Scorpio is very codependent, and a way of codependency is to just be scattered all over the place. Thinking, trying to figure out, what people are thinking about you. For example, because of your age and also your Sun, Mercury, and Aquarius, it's very probable that you use social networks a lot. Then you can get lost in with that Moon, Neptune in Capricorn. You can get lost in trying to, get likes, trying to please, trying for everybody to just, think, oh yeah, she's nice, she's good. But what happens there is that you lose all your power, you lose all your energy, and you'll be struggling more and more each time, but you will not be magnetic. And you want to work from a more magnetic perspective. So it's important. There's that Venus Mars in Aries. It's like Venus Mars is very good for doing things when it's conjunct, for doing things with the hands, handicrafts and stuff like that. And that's also good because the hands are the heart chakra, so that allows you to get down from the mind and into the heart chakra. So focus more on what you do and what you make, on your craft, than on reaching out there and being out there, because all the time that your mind is thinking of how other people are receiving you, you're gonna get lost. I mean, like really lost.
Yes.
And then it's gonna trigger your where was it? Saturn in Scorpio. And Saturn in Scorpio, then when you feel that you're losing too much energy, just close up. But if you close up, you're closing up your energy and you won't be reaching people. And then you go, oh no, my followers. So it's a bit like that dynamic. So yeah, don't think about how people are receiving you. Everything they say about marketing is not true. Like we said before in the show, you attract. So marketing is about you being in you and attracting.
Yeah, this is such a big area nowadays. I'm actually working with Mila Z. I'm sure you know Mila Z. Mila Z on marketing, and I totally agree. It's not about coming out there to grab people and pull them in like we used to with sales and trying to get people to buy things. No, it's attraction now, and it's so different.
Yes, it's being magnetic. For example, I've been really working on that for a while, and like in this last week, in 1 week, I've gone from 2,000 to 3,400 followers.
Wow, great.
Just by being in me.
Yes.
And of course, that being in me leads to synchronistic events, right? Like then, oh, hey, do you want to do a live chat? Yeah, sure. And suddenly that brings more people in and that, but it's like, it's skyrocketing for me now. And all I've really done is like rest a lot, be in me a lot, and just don't think about anybody else. Just think about what I'm delivering, and that's it. Just being there for the delivery of the information I have. That's all I'm doing. That's my craft.
It's very interesting out there, isn't it? Because when we have that energy, we have that energy there, and and social media can be the very negative side of this, just as you're saying. We come out of ourselves, we lose our own identity, and we're trying to reach out to people to try and get likes. Like there's something that's going to boost our self-esteem, like walk out the front door during a day and just thinking, oh great, that's it, I've got 5 likes today on my post. If we don't get them, it's devastating for some people. It's not for everybody, I don't know for everybody here, but it's definitely a trait of social media that we half of these people we don't even know.
Yeah.
That's some of the big things about it. I think it's extraordinary. Yes. Okay, so anyway, yes, Gail says, I can so relate to that. Always thinking what others think of me, have spent more time being me this week. Fabulous. And Gail, have you enjoyed it? Have you enjoyed being me? It's a bit like when you say here, you showed up late. You didn't show up late, you showed up at your time.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and for example, the marketing thing, it's like envision this, right? So if I'm looking for followers and struggling to put my information out there and trying to please everybody, how is my body going to feel? I'm going to be like, ugh, all crunched up and
Yes.
stressed in the mind. So imagine in this state of stress in the mind, that what am I going to attract? Duh. Right? Exactly. I'm going to attract crap. I mean, bad stuff. So, whereas if I'm in a very good place inside me and I'm radiating magnetically, what do you think I'm going to attract?
Oh, absolutely. It's interesting when you're in that stress state like that. All you're going to do is attract stressed people who are exactly the same. They're not going to be any different to you.
And lack, because if I'm stressed, I'm losing energy because my mind is not in me.
Mm-hmm.
And if I'm losing energy, then what I'm going to attract is lack.
Yes.
Attract people that resonate with lack, which is, for example, people with tons of problems that don't want to fix their problem.
No, they just
And you
want to
don't want
offload
that.
their
You don't
problems
want
onto
that.
you.
You want people that are more connected with their own abundance. They're better clients. Seriously. The other ones are not good clients.
No, abundance can be just being, just
Yeah.
accepting what it is, and just being in yourself. It's saying whatever you've got, it's abundance here. Just enlighten with it, enjoy it. Ah, dear. Yes, she said, yes, I have. Trying to do things my little way and not compare to others. That's wonderful. That's wonderful. Because when you're like that and enjoying it, then isn't that lovely? It just shows you what you can feel, what you can do, and what your mind can open up to, and the opportunities it can do. Okay, and Katrina Clark says, hi from Milton Keynes in England. Very, very good morning to you. And hope all is well in your part neck of the woods. Okay, now we move on to Lorraine. Lorraine. And get details here. She's Lorraine. Now this is interesting. We've got another 314, but the energy here is different. So
Yeah,
this is going to
it's
be
very, they're 1 day difference, and there's 1 day difference in like 17 years difference.
wow. Well. My goodness. Oh, you're so observant. Yes. Wow. Yes, I see what you mean. Also, Lorraine, you're a Valentino. Valentino. Very nice too. Very nice too. Okay, and also so young. So I'm not going to reveal your birth details, but you're very young. Anyway, 314 is your numerology now, and the color blue. The color blue here is interesting here because there's a sense of. Do you realize who you're talking to? It's right. It's almost like we need to have a little bit of higher self-esteem, something, a little bit of, and there's a pride with you. There's a lovely pride, and you like to communicate, to feel people, to feel their energy, and enjoy being with people, enjoying their energy, and like. But don't forget who you're talking to. No, I'm not being too over the top. But anyway, your three part here is yes. I like to network and talk with people who bring me strong energies, good energies in that sense. There, it's lovely, it's wonderful. There's the other part of this here too, which is the one part here, which is your identity is very strong. However, would you understand is sometimes for you to go and change things in your life, to bring around change in life, is not always an easy thing. However, your four is about foundation, and sometimes here you're put into positions that you like, and sometimes you don't like, depending which way it is. Where sometimes here you don't like the idea, sometimes that you're put into positions where people rely on you. Sometimes here you want it not, you just see someone who wants your space. I can see this here. But also here there's this energy about, but you're a great person of foundation. It's like you need, not you need to be needed, but you are needed. I think that's an interesting part. You don't. It's not you'll go out there to go and think I want to be. You are. You are. And interesting card here coming up, which is your life part, your personal year. You're in a personal year too, which is really is about learning about yourself. But all the colours are going as funny this morning. Anyway, so there we go. Personal year about yourself, and what this is doing, very very interesting with these colours here, with this card here for you, is it brings out a spiritual side to you, and it's awakening something that maybe we've never seen before. Maybe you never really tuned into enough before, but now you're beginning to see it. And this is wonderful. This is lovely because there's the attunement and connectivity out to the universe. Personal year number 2, healing yourself in relationships and finding balance. Interesting here because the interesting card is about what you're learning now. This High Priestess. And the High Priestess is very much finding your spiritual self, your own self, and learning from yourself. So everything originates from somewhere, and it originates from you. I think we've got to have a little chat with Guimoar. Far away.
So another Aquarius Mercury, like Bex. Moon is in Leo. So the moon in Leo, wants to be, has, the blue you said before. It's like the queen.
Yes. Do you
Bit of
realise
a
who you're
diva
talking to?
energy too. And I know, Lorraine, you might not be aware that you have this diva energy in you, because like most of the moon Leo people I know are like, Leo has a lot to do with the sight. So they're always like wanting to be seen, or wanting to be admired, or like considered, just need to be looked at, right?
Yes.
And if you don't realize that, it's not a bad thing, but it's important that you're aware of how much attention you need, and also to start switching that around and turning it into you paying attention to others, because that way you'll feel more recognized also. That's very important. And there's an advantage to that Leo moon, which is that you're more resilient in a sense. You're not affected so much by people, but it is important that you also, North Node in Aries, to align with yourself, and to just not forget about what other people are thinking, forget about I don't know if she did something good or she's bad, and look at this person and look at that person, because that South Node in Libra can be a bit bitchy. Yeah, it's always like issues with other people, because I think Libra is a fun sign. I don't know if there's any Libras out there,
Libra
but
moon.
sorry?
Libra moon.
Libra moon. So normally Libras, like externally, they look like such nice, gentle, loving people. They're so peaceful. They don't want to fight. You haven't visited their minds. Libra's minds, it's all about, they're inside of them, they're having a fight all the time. They've got like the invisible friend or foe that's always like fighting with them and saying this and that, and they're having arguments and they're killing people in their minds, and then they just go out and go, "Hi, how are you? May I help you?" I think it's really
I
fun.
know a lot of people like that. I know a lot of Librans who are like that. They come across, and Libras are interesting because they're anything to do with Libra. Libra is a very nice sign, and they go along with things, providing they're going along with what they want you to go along with.
Yeah, because it's very subtle, but because of they're having this incredible argument inside their heads, that's why they're like very, they just hold it up, and they're just sort of direct people and tell people where to do, where to go, but in a very subtle way. But
Yes,
it's because they're having, they're conditioned by all this argument inside their mind. So yeah, it's less about in Lorraine's case, it's less about like worrying about these arguments or what other people are thinking, or if they're looking at you or not looking at you. Like, don't look for recognition. Just be you. Just go out there. Just do it, because you can have like a sense of meaningless, but that Venus in Capricorn wants you to really stand out there and be you and value the way you work, and not depend on other people looking at you. It's more you looking at them and taking care of them than the other way around.
totally, totally. Your cards that just pulled out for you is the Emperor. Beautiful, strong card, along with all these lovely, happy, happy cards. It's about resonating with yourself, to get yourself. And sometimes here we have so many cups here. Sometimes we could be wishy-washy out there and it's just too much. However, these cards here saying here, and with the stability of the Emperor, is be in yourself, be in this gratitude, be in this nice energy here, and just exude freedom within yourself. No judgments, and just see what happens, because the energy there is just absolutely fabulous.
Mm.
Right, okay. Ellie says, I am a Libra. I am a Libra. And Sarah Katrine says, yes, letting go of fear of what other people think of me. She's a Leo. That's interesting. I'm finding myself more peaceful within myself, and I am meeting more nice and interesting people. That's
Exactly.
fabulous. That's just fabulous. So it's nice when we start resonating on this energy. Guys, how are you feeling when you resonate on this energy here? Do you feel when you're working in gratitude, you're just being at peace, being yourself? How's this working for you? How does this work? This is a show in itself, just talk about gratitude, let alone astrology or readings. But it's, yes, even the producer says, I have a Libra moon. We both have Libra moon. Yeah, so that's very nice. Okay, right. Let's go on to Rosie L. Rosie L. Okay. Good morning, Rosie L. This is for you. A little ding. How's that? Okay, let's have a little look here. Let's see how things go. So, Rosie is saying, She's a 303 in numerology. Her question is, she's gone for lime green in colour. And also, what I'm picking up with her, she says, a general reading, will I be okay? General reading, will I be okay? Okay. Well, first of all, I'd just like to work this energy around you because sometimes some of the reasons that come through will be very, as I say, very general like this. There's nothing specific like, will I move home in July or something like that, for example, being very specific. And sometimes just nice little general readings come through, will I be okay? But working on this, sometimes we open up a particular story and a theme comes up and away we go. In which case, that's what we're looking at with you, Rosie. So 303, we're interested here, the 3, it's interesting because you've got a part of your nature here. It says here, where do I fit in and what is it I go and do? Where do I fit in? What's it going to do? And one of the reasons we've got here is because it's your 0. It's your 0 and your 3-0. And the 3 part here, which is everything so far, is about people wanting to communicate externally. Everybody so far has had this 3 number. It's interesting you guys have come through in your numerology here that it's always the leading 3, which is a heart 3. The heart 3 comes out to the universe and says, hi, I just want to communicate with everybody, get on with everybody. I want to make sure everything's okay. I want to be all right. I want to be jubbly and lively and all this sort of business. And which is fine. But then we have a 0. And a 0 is a karmic 0. It's what we call a karmic 0 in numerology. And some think, yeah, okay, what does that mean? It means, what do you want to fill your life with that is going to give you even greater balance for you? What is it you would like to do? And the cards here, the energy of the cards here, the way they're coming up here is to find something within yourself that in your general reading, will I be okay? What do you want to do with your life? Where's the deep part of you that says, I want to do this, I want to be this, I want to enjoy this? Where's this part of you that really wants to resonate out there and say, I want to do something important? This is a bit like the student who always learns, but then somehow or another, we've got to change from the student to be the person who becomes the teacher. And this is something interesting with you. What are you going to do to change your life around you to become more empowered and choose a direction rather than just you resonating on the 3 energy? There's a 0 energy, which is going to be interesting, very interesting. And the thing here is, you've got open energy here to go and choose what you want. Sometimes choices for 3s are interesting. Interesting. Your card you've gone for here again is interesting. It's the High Priestess, which is a actually, no, sorry, the Empress rather, which is all about finding feminine power. Feminine power, doing something which is going to bring out success for you, but it comes from the heart. It also comes from, sometimes it comes from motherhood as well, very much about a motherhood here and where we're going with this. And this energy resonates beautifully, beautifully. So I think here, for you to be empowered, what's the energy you want to touch into, that's going to bring you, this is me. This is me. Okay, let's go and pop over the road. I'm going to have a word with Guimoar.
Yeah. So Rosie's a Taurus with a Virgo moon. And there's North Node is in Scorpio. For me, that's the theme here basically is Rosie, learn to focus. Learn to focus. Because I get a sense that you can be very scattered mentally, and that of course brings insecurities. And focusing here is insecurities will bring out the worst side of that Virgo moon and Chiron in Virgo also with Lilith Chiron. So there can be like a need to control. So when we need to control things, it's because we are out of focus. And that Venus in Gemini, I don't know other aspects as we don't have the time of birth,
yes.
and we don't have time to do the time of birth. But that Venus in Gemini doesn't help for focusing because it's, for example, you can focus unless you use it for writing or for talking. So you can try and focus through writing and talking and expressing yourself, your values. And that will help your focus so you can feel more down to earth and more secure. I think that's the main thing that comes through for me, for Rosie.
Okay, it's brilliant to focus. So, Rosie, it's about focusing. And also, what is it you're going to do is going to change this so that you can use this, but it's got to be something that's going to capture your heart, it's going to capture your energy and capture your karma, putting into karma here. So really getting into that, into yourself, just chilling out, resonating, letting go of everything and just saying, I want to be in my own self here. And that's sometimes a challenge for your 3, because it just wants to go, I want to be here, I want to be there, I want to go here, I want to go there. And just say, whoa, stop.
That'll get you anxious. So what you can do, Rosie, is you can make a list of like 20 things that are your priorities, or 20 things that are important for you in your life, and then just break that list down to 5, and then from those 5, choose 2, and just focus on those 2 things.
And in the meantime, just chill out, relax with a cup of coffee and a bagel with peanut butter and marmite. They'll do it. They'll do it. They'll change your life around you. Okay, thank you very much, Rosie. Right, okay. Let's go on to Lindsay. Good morning, Lindsay. I hope life is well in your neck of the woods. Let's just have a look at your cards here. So, Lindsay, good morning to you. It's got a colour green, Lindsay and green, just tuning in with the green. And she just wants a general reading. Another 3. My goodness, what's up with you guys this morning? Another 3. We've got a 3-4 this time. 3-4
it's always
energy.
like that. It's always patterns. Wherever, like whenever I do several clients in a day, they all have the same theme. It's always repetitive. That's how life works.
It does. And we don't see it that way because we're trying to control things too much. But if you let go and watch the patterns, you can see where things go, which is, I think, is a fabulous energy to be in. If we're like that, we can create so much positivity in our lives and what we're doing. It's marvelous. It's fantastic as if we do that. So, Lindsay, this is very much. Okay, right. So to come back to this, Rosie says, thank you. Believe it or not, I have a student, not on a path I want to be on yet, but on the way. Spot on, thank you. So lovely. Glad to help you out there, Lindsay. So it's interesting about being a student, some point or another, being a teacher or being a leader. Okay, Lindsay. So your card here, first of all, here is your life path card is the Chariot. And the Chariot is sometimes it's about actual physical movement and moving places, but also it's about sometimes separating away from old ideas, going into new ones, and forming new beliefs. The colour green here, this is the interesting one. This is what really sets me off on this, and I feel the energy coming in on this one. So, Lindsay B, what I'd like to say to you first of all is green is about starting and making new beginnings. There's a healing going on within yourself right now. There's emotional healing. It's emotional healing which is calming your mind and it's beginning to help you. That's what I really pick up this energy here. I'd also like to say to you here, Lindsay, that I pick up here, there's a lovely, lovely lady who wants to join you from the spirit world. She just literally just come in. And I want to pick up on here. And also, would you understand here that you're getting into a little bit more to spirit guides and understanding a bit more to spirituality? Because in with the healing comes a feeling of warmth resonating through your heart. And this lady here tells me she's your grandmother on your mother's side. Is coming through here to say that she's there to warm with you. But would you understand here sometimes it's knowing to trust yourself. Knowing just to be at that little bit of peace within your heart here and just go along the road you're going along, because sometimes here we always like to go on roads that are fixed roads. It's a bit like driving a car saying, I know exactly where I'm going that way and that's how I get to the destination. Yet sometimes in life we go along a road which isn't laid out in front of us, but every footstep we take, the road opens and it opens a bit more and a bit more. And sometimes we're on new roads here healing, pick an emotional healing here with you and where your life is going to start changing around you. Green is a lovely colour. It is change, but you're coming out of a younger self into a more mature self and a stronger self here. But you can bring up this lovely energy and really change this. She says, yes, good. So I really feel this change going around you is beautiful, but believe in it. And sometimes I know we have our hard days, just go, I don't feel right, it's all out of sorts. And yet I'd say, Lindsay, enjoy being like that sometimes, because I think it's the lovely expression that Guimoar puts it into, is you have bad days because then you let this stuff out to allow positivity in. And there must be Gemini going with Guimoar, because you're all hands and arms and doing things like this. There must be somewhere. But I love that, letting out the old and bringing in the new. Either that would take you swimming lessons. Or
Yeah.
do yoga. Yoga. This is called spiritual yoga. Out with the old and in with the new. This is or dancing. Anyway, but I just pick up this energy is fabulous. So just heal with this. Just be you. Just don't see it. Whatever hurt's gone in the past here, it's just like let it make you stronger. Let it make you stronger here. So really pick up this is a wonderful energy for you. And sometimes we look back on these times and thinking, yes, there were struggles, but they were so good. So good. Okay, go and pop over the road. Just go have a word with Guimoar.
Yeah, so Lindsay's a Gemini, last degree, 2937. So that last degree of any sign in the sun there is already indicating that this is a life of service to others, right?
Yeah.
Also, Moon in Capricorn, which is all about the ability to sustain and support others. And that Lilith in Cancer, also North Node in Libra. North Node in Libra is like a lot of energy for helping.
Yeah.
And Lilith in Cancer is very sensitive. It's also with Pluto and other planets, but Lilith Cancer, Lilith Pluto is very sensitive to other people's energies. And what that can do is that it can make you feel insecure. It can make you feel a bit of a victim. It can make you reject people. And you have to be all inclusive. You have to open up your heart to other people. Also, when we close our hearts, especially being a sun in Gemini, what we're doing is we're closing off opportunities in our lives. So sometimes to protect our tender selves, instead of understanding our sensitivity and dealing with emotions in a new way, for example, via cellular memories, what we do is like, oh, I don't want to have that experience. I don't want to have that experience. So you close doors all the time. By doing that, you're telling universe, fuck off. I don't want anything to do with anybody. I don't want any help. I don't want anything. And what that does, it just locks you up in a miserable tower. So don't do that.
Okay.
Open your heart, understand your sensitivity, and use that to help others. Also, if you start helping others, you'll trust more in life and people, and that'll help you open up too.
What's really interesting here is, and I believe this, is sometimes it's a weird thing to say, but sometimes difficult times can have a magic to them.
Hmm.
A
Definitely.
Yes, like a magic to them. It's lovely. It's not always about things that makes feel so bad. I mean, we can go through difficult relationships and things like this, and yet, yeah, there's a harmony that comes out of this when we're by our own and we're recovering. We can really nurture. Say, I nurtured myself. It was pain, but I nurtured myself. It was lovely. It was good. So I think that's an important part there, and a very important energy there.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Let's just quickly go on to here. Last one here. Let's go and have a word with Jean. I know we're a bit low on time, but that's all right. But anyway, Jean, you've gone for aqua blue. Aqua blue. What's a lovely colour, aqua blue. And you're a 279. We changed the theme here. We've got a 279 in numerology. And the card you got here because you're on a personal year, a life path 9, and a personal year 9. Wow. This is real energy here, real energy here. Now, it's interesting with your question here. And your card you've gone for here is the Hermit. The Hermit here is very much about the person's solitude, very much the person who just needs to be within themselves, like being in a cave for a while and just thinking, just feeling, where's life going? How's life going to be going in front of us? The way forward, she's actually lost her husband and she just wants to know a way forward where she's going in life in front of her. And the Hermit, this personal year 9 and life path 9 is in numerology here, without being sensitive to your situation, is about endings and beginnings. It's about releasing what the past is to embark upon a new journey. Because then after the 9, we become into the 1. And the 1 is about, we're a new focus. It focuses on myself and where I'm going here. Now, would you understand here that for a while here, maybe you wanted, and I know it's an easy subject to talk about, but it's something which I really pick up for you. Would you understand here about getting into a lot of interest, hobbies, and being out there with people? Because your 2 here is about finding balance with people, finding balance with others. We need to engage, we need to find things of interest. Your 7 here is about feeling things which feel good within yourself that you're doing with people, such as hobbies, interest, travel, anything like this here, for example, here, which brings you into unity with people. That's important here. Your 7 has a very sensitive side to it because it's also very spiritual and it knows. It knows. And so you know things more. And sometimes people just say to you, Lindsay, sorry, Jean, how do you know? How do you know this? And so sometimes here, Jean, I'll just say here that people just say to you, how do you know this? And you just say, you know. You just know. You just know. It's a knowing. So sometimes you know a lot of things here. And sometimes here is there's a counselling side with you as well here. I feel there's a very empathic counselling side. As much as you've been through loss and trauma yourself here, it's about how this also engages where you help other people. So it's about needing what you need for yourself, but there's a big heart here that wants to reach out to the universe and help out other people as well, especially being a Pisces here, because that lovely energy with you is lovely, lovely, lovely. Anyway, so let's go into this. Let's go in.
I got the wrong day. I was looking at the wrong chart.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay.
Okay, 2 seconds. Do you have something else to look at? I was sorry. I was looking at. I got the wrong. Let's see.
1303.
1355.
That's it. Okay. Right. And right. Okay. So what I pick up here, look at these cards here, look at these energies, is just how lovely your energy is. In fact, doing the cards on here is where your personal year is. Let's have a look and see where things are going in front of you. As a general reading, this is what comes up. Yes. Okay. Right, just finished shuffling the cards for me. Go shuffle the cards for you, and I'm just going to stop just there. And Jean, let's have a little look here. So left and right, left and right, and I go for the right. I feel the right with you. That's you. Okay. Okay, Jean, Jean. It's interesting here. Yes. Wow. Wow. You got the Fool card here, which does not mean you're the Fool. Just looking at the light here because there's a screen behind me. The Fool card here, it does not mean you're the Fool. What it means here is there's a new life evolving in front of you, and just how much energy there is, and it just takes time here. This releasement is releasement, but gaining this knowledge from loss to empower your life is huge. So I think where you're going to your life here, the life of a very interesting life here, but you become very empowered within yourself. And it'd be very interesting. I think part of you here is, as we said, helping people, but also getting involved in with interests around you, which are going to really inspire you. Okay, Guillaume, what would you like to say?
Yeah. So Bruce Lipton and Joe Dispenza come to mind for me. So I think it's very important that the way we help people is not by digging in and listening to and just dealing with the problems, with the issues, with the difficult path, but it's actually all about just focusing on the talents and the future. So I think it's important for you because your North Node is in Capricorn, and that Lilith in Sagittarius, Saturn Moon in Scorpio. Don't delve on the bad. Focus on the positive, on the future, on bringing out people's talents. Because if people focus on their talents, they're going to ignite their inner sun, and that's going to burn up all the bad cellular memories from the past. So we don't need to deal with that. And
Yes.
when we give energy to that, it just perpetuates it.
Yes.
So focus on the future.
I love that terminology there. When you focus on sun, you bring out your creativity. It burns up the cellular memories of the past. I really believe in that. If you really are on your right path and you're focusing on the empowerment of yourself, this sun just burns up those old energies of the past, and off you go into your future. I think it's a powerful, powerful thing. And it's interesting when you see people advance in their lives. It's like something changes within them. They're not, in a sense, they are lovely. They're still lovely people, but something changes for the stronger in them. Them, and sometimes we adore it, and sometimes people get very unsettled by it because people change. We don't always like people changing, but when we change it ourselves, wow, it's strong. It's a lovely thing.
And that ties up a bit with what we were saying at the beginning. So the more I'm with me and not focusing on other people and what's going on outside, and even if somebody else has a problem, so it's kind of like fashionable to be compassionate, but we don't really understand what being compassionate means. So what we do is we just lose ourselves in others, projecting our own insecurities, faults, fears on other people, not seeing that in us and helping them. So, oh, I'm so good because I help these people. And that way we also gain a sense of belonging. Well, I'm sorry to say, but all that is crap. It's
Yes.
really bad for
Yeah.
your health and for everybody else's health.
Yes.
What really is good is when you are truly in yourself and minding and healing yourself in the sense of taking care of yourself, not looking at your issues, but actually taking care of yourself, being very mindful of yourself. You start radiating so much magnetism that is what heals others.
Yes, absolutely. I think it's a lovely, lovely way to end the show on that. And with bagels, Marmite and peanut butter. Don't forget that, guys. You need that. I'll be back on Sunday. Back on Sunday for the Sunday show. Give you updates through the week, which will be on the Cafe Clairvoyance page and a group page there. Please share, please like, please leave some comments behind. Put some reviews in the review page if you enjoyed the show here. And guys, for all the read for this morning, fantastic. And what was lovely this morning, really lovely, is the amount of people who came back. Including, and just thank you. Could it be Lindsay says you could be more spot on? This absolutely be. I'm a midwifery student. Thanks again for your readings. Just want to say that there. And we had another comment here, which basically says here how much they enjoyed the readings because they relate that to themselves as well. So that was absolutely fabulous. And Guimoar, just say a big, big thank you to you.
Thank you, guys, and everybody. Take rest. Just rest. Just go to sleep.
Rest.
Just have a siesta. Just rest. Don't force anything. The energies are just making us go. So rest. Take it easy and love yourself.
How's that? Rest and have a burger. Rest, burger. Rest, burger. Take care. Have a lovely, lovely week, guys. See you Sunday evening. That's 7 p.m. in the UK, 7 p.m. in the EU, 6 p.m. in the UK, and wherever else you are in the rest of the world. But take care. Big heart, big love. Bye.